Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the fun family day here at Parents Unite. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed your first 3 or 4 sessions that were before me. I'm looking forward to going back and checking those out myself. I'm Candice Lee from Candice Lee Fired Up, independent epicure consultant and meal prep whiz. And this morning is my meal prepping morning. It's Sunday. This is what I do. So I did a little half an hour earlier, so I'm already kind of partway through. So I'll walk you through quickly what I've done, why I do this, and then I'll show you a bit of things that I'm actually going to make. So what I've already done this morning was I've got some fun citrus water going. So literally just chopped up some lemons, limes, and oranges, putting some water in, throwing in the fridge, and then we have some nice infused water for later. I have a condensed tea. So this is our turmeric and ginger tea. And I actually just made it a really strong, and then I'm just going to add to water, so I don't have to worry about sugar or anything like that. If you like some sugar in your tea, you can condense this into like a syrup. So just put it on the stove and let it condense down, a bit of sugar in it, and then it's a syrup that you could add to like a mocktail or a cocktail, and have a little fun that way, and still kind of control the amount of calories and stuff that you're putting in your body if that's a concern. What I did, which is I got some cupcakes going, so I don't really want to spend any time in the oven or on the oven, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to make cupcakes in the microwave. So I made my first set, and now I'm going to make the second set because these come in 2 packages, but I'm just showing you guys, so that's where they are. So these are the first 6. Basically, it's a simple chocolatey cupcake. That's all they are. They come in a package. They make 12 or an 8-inch round pan, and they're gluten-free, dairy-free, and well, they're vegan, and so they're pretty awesome. So basically what's in here is rice flour, cornstarch, organic cocoa, organic cane sugar, modified tapioca starch, baking soda, baking powder, sea salt, and coffee powder. And then what you use for liquid is a non-dairy or dairy milk, whatever you like. It says 1 cup of like nut milk, a third of a cup of oil, and 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. I use almond, but you can use whatever you want. So literally I'm just going to scoop some in, and that's it. And then in the microwave for about 2.5 minutes, and then you let it come out and you let it sit for about 5, and then you have cupcakes. So they're a quick, easy snack, easy for kids to make, because in essence you're using the microwave. You don't have to worry about the oven going if you don't want your kids in the oven. And as you see, you just mix up a couple of ingredients, and that's it. And then they can go ahead and make their own fun dressings, or not dressing, what do you call it? Icings to go on top. Okay, so that's cupcakes done and out of the way. Next I was actually going to do is I opened up a can of crushed tomatoes because I was making the beans, which I'll show you in a minute. I don't want to waste the can of tomatoes, so I'm actually just going to make a marinara, which I will actually just end up freezing and using freezing in ice cubes so that I can use it for another meal or something, or even just if you're just looking for a little bit of. I do love this new 3-in-1 spatula because I can get down into little crevices as well. So literally there's like a little edge there that pulls that down, and then there's edges on both sides, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, off on that. So some tomatoes and then our marinara. So you make your own marinara with this one. It's got a lot of garlic and herbs, onions, red bell peppers, garlic, black pepper, and spices. So there's no sugar or anything in this, obviously, and really low in sodium, aka 0. There is no sodium in this because I didn't mention salt, which is awesome, which means you can control that yourself. So then you just follow the instructions of what it says. So it's like 1 can of diced tomatoes and crushed tomatoes and 3 tablespoons. So I don't have that much in here, so I'm just going to put about 2 or so. I should have actually used my spoon, but that's all right. And this will just be a great either to make marinara sauce later if you want pasta, or actually just add it to like a soup or a stir or like a stew or something. My husband likes throwing it into all the stews, like just one ice cube or a couple ice cubes into what he's making. So what else was I making? Is baked beans. Our better baked beans, and they're pretty much done and ready to go. So it's just beans with some tomatoes, with our spices, a bit of molasses and some vinegar, and then you just cook it on the stove for about 20 minutes, or you can put it in the microwave whenever you like. So there you go. That's our beans. Okay, so that's those two things. Cupcakes. So there we go. Cupcakes are done. Show you how easily things pop out. So you see that? That's how fast and easy. And then they just go on a rack. You let them cool for 5 minutes, and then you can actually start cooking with them if you are eating them or doing whatever it is you like. All right. So before, as I said, we did the baked beans. I actually have lettuce drying because I have some lobster. I'm gonna make lobster wraps later. I chopped up some steak and used our Montreal steak spice. Wow, I can talk this morning. And that's marinating for later because we're gonna actually do is some like skewers. So I have some skewers. They can go on the in the oven or on the barbecue or whatever. And then I also chopped up some zucchini and mushrooms that go with them. And this was done in O Canada. So that's those two things out of the way. Beans are going, a couple of drinks are going. Lettuce is doing that. Cupcakes are done, marinara is going. So next what I'm gonna do is actually make, normally I use Donair seasonings, but at the moment I'm actually, excuse me, I'm out of the Donair seasonings. So what I'm actually gonna do is just kinda play around with a bit. Some of the seasonings are in there, so I'm gonna put in a bit of lemon dilly. I'm gonna put some salt, pepper, and garlic spice, and then some Slovakia spice. Oops. So new. Oh, I haven't even opened this guy. Anyway, that's that one. So I'm just gonna put a bit of that. And then to make it bind a little bit, I'm going to use Sicilian husk. We don't need a lot, just enough. That's what we tend to use for a lot of our binders for our mixes that you would normally use like flour or something for, and you don't have to. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this so it doesn't burn. And then that's that. So then you just got to get your hands in there and mix it all around. And then I'm going to put it into our loaf pan, our steamer, and go right into the microwave. Now, you could do it in the stove if you are a person who likes or a stove oven. You can put it in the oven, but I'm going to actually put it into this loaf pan because, or steamer, sorry, in the microwave, because it's an hour in the oven, but it's a half an hour 15 minutes in the microwave. Just wash my hands, get all the hamburger off me. And then what ends up happening is I'm going to treat it like a donair. So we're going to take it, it's going to be a loaf, and then we're going to slice it, and then quickly pan fry it, and then throw it into a lettuce wrap or something like that as the week goes on. So this is a perfect meal for later in the week. So it gives me a couple of options for quick lunches this way. And it's just in the steamer, goes in the microwave for 15 minutes, comes out, you let it cool, you throw it in the fridge, and you slice it up and you make whatever you want. So you can make some tzatziki if you wanted to go with it, or anything, the donair sauce if you wanted. And the awesome thing I like about all of our seasoning is I can mix things around. They don't have to be, if I'm out of one, there's another option out there for me to be able to make something else, which is why I love having our lemon dilly. I think this is one of my favorites. I have that everywhere because it's perfect for so many things. And that's it. All right. So that's done. Next I want to actually make is some fun flavored ice cubes. So again, I'm just going to I'm going to squeeze it out first and get some of the juice. I may as well use the juice, right? And then I'll cut it and so that I have little fun pieces as well. May as well not waste it. All right. So our fun citrus press has got two sides, so you can do it with big lemon and limes or little ones. And then I've got that orange, so I'm going to use that up as well. Okay, so that's that, flavored. And then I'm just going to chop it into little pieces. So then I get little pieces of lemons and limes in my water or my ice cube. And then top it up with some water. There we go. You could do this with some berries as well if you wanted. So the purpose of why I do all this is actually for my own health, and everybody's health should be your top priority, of course, right? Because the better you feel, better your body is, better everything kind of goes. It all goes greatly together. So for myself, I have migraines, and I deal with chronic pain, chronic fatigue that comes from all that. So I tried many different things, through my 20s and 30s. Not everything worked out as well because I wasn't focused on what was the main problem, the base of it. And the base problem is what you actually put in and on your body, which of course we know, but we tend to ignore, right? And I thought I was doing it because I thought, hey, well, I'm eating whole food like protein and veggies. Well, so what's the problem? The problem was the sauces and the spices and things that I was using, the amount of sodium and MSG and gluten and dairy and things that my body just doesn't like, and it was just a compound effect that just kept holding me down from being able to have the life that I wanted or even deserved. So there we go, ice cubes are ready to go. Because that was really what was killing me, is all that. So just a simple moving away from the big box broth to Epicure's broth was night and day for me. It was awesome. I went from having like that morning lethargic feeling and feeling all pain was going away just the very next morning after I switched, and then it just kept going. And once I realized that, that's where the cooking from home came in. And I'm just as busy like everyone else, got so much going on. I don't want to spend all day in the kitchen, so I've got to find other ways to do it so that I'm not spending all day. So I break up my meal prep so that I'm not spending all day today doing it, but not all week. But then when the rest of the week happens, when I have to think about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's taken care of. All I have to do is grab with something, or it's already started for me. Like the choice of what we're going to eat, the base protein and veggies are prepped and ready to go. It's all that kind of stuff. And so what I do is have breakfast ready. So I've made those already because I double batch when I make breakfast. And they're superhero cookies. They're super awesome. I grab a couple of these and they're good. Or they're great as snacks too. Protein, oats, dried fruit, nut butter, whatever you like. And then of course, lunch and dinner is these kind of things that I have set up. So the doner meat, the steak, the vegetables, the baked beans, things like that. And it'll just kind of just spread throughout the week, giving us an option. And then we also write it on the fridge so that everybody knows what we're making. Right, so we'll say we're having for dinner tonight and when we're going to go for a walk, and we do that. And then, yeah, so therefore I create back my time. It's not taking forever to do this. I don't get stressed out trying to think of what to make for dinner because it's already in essence set up. And that's kind of what I say. If you're brand new at this, start with whatever your your recipes that you really like. So whatever recipes you really like, go look at them and see what the base vegetable is and the base protein. You'll notice that you always kind of end up buying the same vegetables and the same kind of protein at the grocery stores. So just kind of get a repertoire of like your 5 or 10 favorite recipes, and then have things prepped and ready for those. So you have your protein, your veggies, so when you brought home your protein, you separate it all into individual packaging, or cook one, eat twice packaging sort of scenario. You got your veggies washed and dried and ready to go. Okay, but then what are you going to put on it? What's your sauce? What's your spice, right? If you have those set too, like this is my go-to Italian type thing I like, or if I like pasta or something, or pesto, marinara, or if I have this go-to Indian or whatever it is, if you have them set aside, ready to go, you know that's what you're going to have, then you're good. And all you have to do is get your base vegetable and your protein and throw it into whatever those spices and sauces are. So that's kind of where to start. If you have more questions about all that, feel free to just ask me at any time, DM me, we can talk about different options that we can help you out with if you have a direct, whatever it is that you need, kind of idea. All right, so now we're going to switch over and we're going to make fun little banana yogurt bites. So I'm just going to take one banana here and chop it up. So these are great again for you, and if you got your kids, they could be making these, or you could chop up the banana for them. Get yourself a tray or something. And get yourself your favorite yogurt. I use coconut yogurt. And then I have my favorite sweet dip. It's called Summer Berry. And I'm just going to put in, again, we're anti-caking. We don't have any of that kind of stuff. So the sugar, of course, in here will cake, aka the anti-caking, and then you just mix it up. And then if you want, get yourself, well, however you want to do it, but basically stick your banana in, get it all full of the yogurt, and then you're just going to put it right, can you see that? No, you can't. Okay. Right into the yogurt, mix it up, just dip in it, right? And then you just set them aside, make sure they're not touching, and then you're just going to throw it into the freezer. And they'll come out as cute little bites. Cooling, refreshing, and again, gives you the nice sweetness but not overly sweet. Another option is you could be making, our pudding is really great, but is also really great because it only takes 10 minutes to set up. It's not full of all that stuff that you don't need coloring and dyes and everything else. It's just chocolate and tapioca starch and stuff. And you can make pudding pops with that. And as a cook, you get to taste everything. So then I'm going to toss those into the freezer. They'll set up, and I'll have a little snack later. But just to let you know, and also I have chocolate pudding pops. So if you have a pop mold or whatever you want to call these, make yourself some pudding. Whether it's chocolate or salted caramel, you can use dairy, non-dairy, or water. Mix it up. Put it into the freezer, and in a couple hours you'll have refreshing pudding pops for you and your kids. So it's like kind of a fudgy pop kind of idea, and you can do that. Okay, so there we go. I've got a couple of snacks, where it's the cupcakes and the banana with the yogurt. We got different flavored waters, so it's not just having the same water all week. So we got the fruit infused water. I've got the iced tea, got the ice cubes to go with all that. I've got donair meat going. I have the baked beans. I have the steak skewers with the zucchini and mushrooms. What else do I have? Got the lettuce wraps ready for the lobster that I had from before. I got marinara I'm going to throw into the, there we go. Marinara that I'll just throw into an ice cube tray once it cools, and then we can have that. And there we go. Pretty much I'm done. So if you have any questions or comments or need any information about what I've used today or what I'm doing, more tips on how to meal prep or get it embedded into your life, feel free to DM me. We can have a one-on-one and I can help you out with some ideas. If you like what you see about the Epicure, feel free again to reach out to me or my website and find out all about it. There's so much information. I do have a private group as well where I share recipes and ideas and meal prepping daily. You're welcome to come join me there. I'll post all the information below after this. And then again, if you're looking for some extra cash or a side gig or something to do and you really just love food as much as me, basically I get paid to share about food, so you're welcome to do that. So I feel like I should tell you that because, hey, that's how I got here, right? So yeah, so again, thank you. Have a wonderful day. I hope you guys are enjoying everything that's happening here at the Parents Unite, the Fun Family Day. I know there's lots happening. So yeah, I hope to hear from you and I hope this helped and that you get meal prepping into your self-care day and that you enjoy what you make and enjoy making what you make and enjoy eating what you make. So have a beautiful day and take care, everyone. Bye.